Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Maria Powell, and let me share my story with you. So I've made this just for all of us to look and share and have a look at. So like I said, this is my journey. My name is Maria, or Dr. Empower. You can find my book in that link that you see below. What I've done is I've created the recovery framework, and RECOVERY represents a week with me doing the Addiction Recovery Breakthrough Incubator Program. And we will go about that in a little bit of detail in just a moment. But really, the benefit is I teach people in addiction issues to build their recovery capital resources. And as you can see in front of you, sobriety, psychological health, physical health, meaningful activities, citizenship, community, recovery experience, life functioning, housing safety, social support, and risk-taking are recovery capital resources that I did my PhD on, and plotted, how many of these is important to really build a sustainable long-term recovery. And of course, in short, 50 out of 50 would really set us in good stead. And recovery capital resources are the assets that will help us become more conscious of our energy. And if you look at this quadrant here in front of you, the one going across is our energy, and the one going up and down is our vibration. So within the 8-week Breakthrough Incubator Program, you'll learn to go from what 70% of the population is at the moment, low vibration, low energy, to high vibration and high energy. And we do that through a number of things. But if you look at here, finding your purpose, visualizing, I'm going from top to bottom, total alignment with your purpose, total fulfillment, starting on a path to wellness and becoming, and then in the energy quadrant, learning about food, exercise, yoga, tai chi, qigong, sleep, restful body, agility, exercise, and also energy is our units of choices, which is our wealth and our money. So all of these things we learn in just in 8 weeks, we learn, and I help you drop and overcome at least one of your addictions, right? And like I said, in the previous, cultivating high energy and good vibrations requires you, as you can see, there is a number allocated to love and all of the different resonance of energy outputs. And that's what we learn in the 8-week incubator program. As well, if you can see, we also start to change our vibrations by looking at the frequency, right? Hertz. So 396 hertz is liberating guilt and fear. Can you see that? 417 is facilitating change. So we also do a lot of sound therapy to augment and mitigate your ability to build your recovery capital resources. So if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's what we learn in the 8-week incubator program. Now, what is my story and why am I the one to bring this to you? Well, as you can imagine, my life is full of psychiatric hospitalizations and addiction issues. As you can see here, I was also, 20 kilos overweight. I have tried to kill myself twice. I've done self-harm. I've had anorexia and eating disorders. I was also hospitalized for a few psychiatric hospitalizations for schizophreniform disorder, for bipolar, for a couple of my eating disorders. And when we say addiction, I'm now 45, turning 46 soon, and I have been through every single addiction, including meth, coke use, ecstasy, raving, partying, tobacco, porn, sex, marijuana, medications, and alcohol, as well as codependence or love relationship. So my life was I wrote about it in my book, but surmise to say it's a life of drinking and drugging and parties and raves and hanging around with political figures and also adult entertainment, kind of stripping and sex work. Can you believe? Those are the things that, because I was alone by myself from 11 years old, supporting myself as I came from the Philippines to Australia, alone and by myself, on a plane by myself. Yes, that's right. And I wrote about it in my books. So can you imagine 11 times in and out of psych ward? Can you imagine the perpetuation of traumatic events, one after the other, where I was a right hand and I had a Yakuza boyfriend and a triad boyfriend, and all of these things really led to me breaking down over and over again. My psychiatric hospitalizations were 11 times in 4 countries around the world, which was Philippines, America, Japan, and Australia. So how did I do it? I found a way to shift. I found a way to shift my perspective, because holy shift, everything was a gift. I went from illness to wellness, and started to, it all began when in 2012, I went to a monastery. I should have put that in here. And I shaved my head and devoted my life to the arts, gardening, meditation, qigong, yoga, right? Every single day for 4.5 years. And in that time, I educated myself. I had a psychology, Bachelor of Arts. I don't know if you can see that, in psychology and philosophy. So I finished that. My master in public health, can you see, in the field of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. And then just recently, my mom was so proud of me. And as I unleashed my genius and graduated with a doctorate in professional research studies, where I studied recovery capital resources, the one I mentioned before, and I plotted them across a 0 to 50 for each of my 18 clients over a 1-year period. And the results were amazing. People were getting scores of 48 and 41 from scores of 3 and 7 and 18. It was just a mind-boggling result for my supervisors to have a look at and share with me, and for me to share with the world. Now, when because I changed my mindset, I unleashed my genius, and I finally learned how to manifest and create wealth. I was interviewed in many places. It's not here either, but the Philippines picked up my book and my story, and that had 10 million views on YouTube. If you look it up, Meet Maria, hashtag MMK Meet Maria on YouTube, you'll see some of the videos, and altogether the videos from that TV show had about 10 million views and things like that. So on the week that it was shown, I actually hit #1 in the Philippines for the most tweeted tweet, right? MMK Meet Maria. It's just amazing. And all of this turned into sales and book sales and allowed me to meet many people. And as you can see, can you see me with my shaved head? That was when I was in the monastery. Now, because of the psychiatric hospitalizations, because of the sex work, because of the loss of dignity, because of being on my own, lonely, and learning to support myself in those pits, were the stories and the tragic experiences where I found my purpose. And now, as you can see, I train people to become a recovery coach. And I've also, the one below is me doing medical exemptions, but I've also been doing, have a look at here. I'm working and serving my purpose. And this was a long time ago when I had shaved head. Can you see that? 1,072 videos. To date, I've got about 1,600 60-minute coaching sessions recorded and uploaded to the server as a private collation of me serving and working with people with multiple addiction issues of what I was, right? Remember this. So all the experiences that I've had as we go here. So all of these experiences, schizophreniform, suicide ideation, and trying to complete a suicide, and all my addictions, all of that were all of the things that I shared with my clients as we had our sessions, and it helped them and it helped me help them as I studied about psychology, psychiatry, mental health issues, all the different addictions in my master in public health in the field of alcohol, tobacco, and drug studies, and as I completed my doctorate. So I kept writing my story, and all my books, all three of my books became a bestseller on Amazon, right? Bestseller Amazon. My first book was Kill Your Addiction Before It Kills You. How I Transform My Life of Addictions, Bipolar, and Suicide. My second book is this one in front of you here, Kill Their Addictions Before It Kills All of You. How to Support Your Loved One Through Their Journey to Recovery. And then I had another another book. So what's the problem? The problem, as we know, is addiction and mental health issues abound. Have a look at this, guys. In the Australian Disability Support Pension recipients publish this report or statistic that out of the recipients of disability support pension, as we know here in Australia, 256,380 people declared that their disability was a psychological or a psychiatric impairment, right? So if you look, drinking and drugging, if you've got a psychiatric impairment, they make you take drugs for these things, right? So drinking and drugging has become the norm. It's a massive problem. It's the number 5 problem, right? Have a look at point number 2. The DALI, the Global Burden of Disease Studies, looked at DALIs or diseases, right? That are out of 291 diseases or disease burdens, the 5th one was alcohol, tobacco, and drug and mental health issues. They've clumped that all in one. Can you believe that? Number 5 out of 291 diseases. And in 2017, they found that 1 in 2 in Australia has some sort of a form of substance use disorder, whether it's minute, acute, or really bad, right? Or chronic. So behavioral addictions is also common, as well as the chemical dependence. So our mental health affects everything. That's the problem. As you can see here, our mental, our vocational, social, physical, financial, we need to transcend all of that and find our body, mind, and soul shift, right? And because the problem is so common, domestic violence and PTSD. PTSD affects about 800,000 people in Australia. Domestic violence, these are Toowoomba figures. The Queensland Police declared back in the time I was doing this research, 30 to 40% of work that the Queensland Police is doing is domestic violence related, right? And look at that, police lodged 6,064 DVO applications with Toowoomba and Southern Downs courts. So that's a lot of cases lodged, and they say the ones that lodge of domestic violence is only 10% of the real problem. And I'm very, very familiar with domestic violence and sexual violence. That is what I've experienced. That's why I was in and out of psychiatric institutions. So what else have I learned? That body image, because I've had anorexia and bulimia and all of that. When we are not right in the head, we will not be right in the body. As you can see, 2 in 3 Australian adults were overweight and obese in 2014-15. 28% of Australian adults. It's all in there. The figures are there. And as well as it affects our PTSD, domestic violence, and our body issues, it also affects our finances. The problem of addiction and mental health issues causes businesses to close down, causes people to go bankrupt, right? And as well, one of the other figures is weaknesses becomes a way of life. We are victims, trapped in the cycle of addiction and victimhood. It says in here, workplace bullying and violence, 1 in 3 women claim that in their workplace there was mental disorder and harassment and bullying. And here are the rates. 39% of mental health disorder claims were caused by harassment, bullying, or exposure to violence. And mental stress claims, 15% result from occupational violence, and almost 20% of workers say they have experienced discomfort due to sexual humor, right? So there's a lot of victimhood going on across workplaces, across homes and family, domestic violence, across, it shows in our finances, it shows in the disability recipient, where half of them are psychiatric impairments or mental health issues that makes them want to take a disability pension. So what is the solution to all of this? The solution is to find a role model. If you want to change your life, you have to raise your standards. And as I've done with myself, you have to model successful behavior from those without addiction or mental health issues, and preferably someone that has been through those issues themselves and overcome them. So if you work with me, and as you work with me as your qualified mental health practitioner and coach and addiction specialist, I will model with you a long-term and exciting, successful recovery through our 8-week breakthrough incubator program. So you can raise your vitality, so you can build your emotional stability, right? From one that is contracted to one that is expansive, coming from the frequency and the vibration of love. And, you know, we'll look at how to take care of your body, right? As you can see here, so I get my stats measured in this machine in Priceline. You would see it. And then it says that my heart age is 30. This was done about a year ago. I'm 45, so my heart age is 30. My diabetes risk is low. My body fat, it says it all in here, right? So we've got to learn to take care of our body. Prior to me being in the pit, I never knew how to take care of my body, and that's important. So what's next? Speak to me. Get my book, read my book, and as a gift to you, I want to get to know you. I want to see if I can help you transform a life of mental health issues and addiction and chemical dependence and behavioral addiction like gambling and food eating. I want to help you. So tell me your story. I'm giving you the gift of my time, which is worth $497. So what you do is, step 1, you schedule your breakthrough session with me. Go to calendly.com/30min minute -gift /30 minutes. And then you fill out the application form. The link is down below, right? And there are only 15 spots any given week that you have the ability to speak to me. So I suggest, let's have a heart-to-heart. Let's speak to each other and let's see how I can help you through my 8-week breakthrough incubator program. My name is Dr. Empower, and let me empower you out of the clutches of addiction and mental health issues. Hope to see you soon. Bye. Oh.